I was at Leicester Polytechnic, and a guy called Loren Butt came up to give a lecture at Leicester in my second year. And he started showing these buildings that I thought was fantastic. And he was showing these incredible buildings. So I went up to him afterwards and said, "Can I come and work for you?" So I basically asked him pretty much there and then for a job. He said, "Write in," so I wrote in. And I got there my year out, so after my third year, I worked there for my year out, back in 1974. So I came, I was 21 years old. I stayed 30 years, so I was there quite some time. But yeah, I mean, it was great. I mean, it was a fantastic place to work. Foster's been set up in 1972, I think. It was only just really got going. It's always been exciting. It's always exciting. There's always challenging. There's always, looking for the next thing. There's always the pursuit of something that you hadn't really been done before. There was always this moment where you're looking for that sort of new design idea that's hasn't really been done. And I thought that's the most exciting thing about working with Norm, was that always that pursuit of some new idea or thinking about the future. And nothing was taken for granted. Nothing was actually just done. We've done that before, that's the way we're going to do it this time. It was always, we've done that before, let's do something else. And I think that was quite exciting as well. The first project I ever worked on was Willis Faber in Ipswich. I did the toilets and the kitchen equipment with my big packages, and also the door seal. So between the door and the frame, between the door and the firewall was my big package, because there was a gap between the door and the firewall, which had to be filled in, which I did all of that. And I worked on all the kitchen equipment for the main kitchen and the toilet, some of the toilet fit out. So I worked on bits and pieces really. I was very young, and there was about 15 people working on the project who are, qualified architects, and I was sort of just coming along as a sort of junior. But I loved it. An absolutely fantastic project. I think that was the big change for Foster's when, in 1979, we won the Hong Kong Shanghai Bank, which is, only ever done a 3-story building until that point, which was Willis Faber. We won a 42-story building, having never done one before. So that was fantastic, because we suddenly, a whole new ballpark, had different engineers involved. We didn't really know exactly what we were doing, but we sort of found our way through that. And then when we went to Hong Kong, we were given only a bit of notice. We had to move over a weekend to live in Hong Kong, which we pretty much did. And we started the new studio over there with the whole team, which the team was 12 people, and the 12 of us went out, and we thought the 12 of us could actually do the whole job. And we had 150 while I was at the peak. This is pre-computers, of course. So we had this sort of moment in time where we realised we couldn't actually do it on our own, just 12 of us. We had to get more people to help, because there wasn't enough drawings being produced. I never did anything else for those 7 years. I was on site, I was fighting all the way to get the project finished on time and on budget. And it's also shown me that you need to be on site with the contractor. So every time we do a project at Make now, we put the team on site. Even if it's around the corner, the team's on site, because of the experience on the Hong Kong Bank, where you've got to work with the contractor to make this thing happen. You can't just sit in an office, send some drawings out and expect it all to get built, because it won't. I mean, I think there's that moment in time where we were drawing on drawing boards facing the wall, and I just turned around and drew on the table. So we had a table about one of these sizes, because I wanted to do a very long section. The section wouldn't fit on my drawing board, because it's only 4 foot wide. So I turned around and did the drawing on the table. And I think it was that moment, and everybody could see what I was doing and gathered around, and a lot of people started working on it. I think it's an exploratory drawing. I think it's that sort of project drawing where it's basically it's trying to design and think at the same time, design and draw at the same time. So you're trying to almost sort of push the project design-wise, but actually he's trying to draw it at the same time, because it wasn't really a drawing to sort of look at. You were actually just drawing as you went, you're designing as you were drawing. But that sort of drawing is really important. I think that sort of exploratory cross-section where you're looking at levels and how things work, and how the sun comes in, and it's like, it's a great drawing. I loved that drawing. I mean, I think every project's an evolution on the previous one. So there's no, every project improves what you've just done. It tries to do something different, tries to just push it on a little bit more. Some projects push a lot further, and some projects just push a little bit. Each project, has got a proper route back through the Foster hierarchy, not hierarchy, but Foster lineage of projects. So you can actually almost see the roots of one from a few others. And there's so many of them, it sort of all links together. So it's like a matrix that runs through. But I think that taking from Foster's, for me, that quality I mentioned at the beginning, that idea of going for the best scheme, the best quality. It doesn't matter where the idea comes from, you just go for the best idea and the best scheme.